So, if you could change anything with your, say you were given an opportunity by Mackie and they called you and they said, right, what would you have different? What things would you like us to improve on in the future? This is what I would say to them if I had the opportunity. Everybody here knows Master Fader is the best, most intuitive, at least for me, software out there for controlling your mixer. I always say this. I wish I could. So we have at our church we've got this Allen and Heath, these D Live series mixers, etc. And whew, great device. So much stuff you can do. But I wish I could just take Master Fader and stick it on there. And I play bass in church, but I wish I could just use Master Fader on its own because I just love the way it's laid out. Don't get me wrong, Alan and Heath, great, but yeah. But there are things I would like to change on Master Fader. So the first thing, without taking too much time, is you see this. They had this right with Master Fader 5, 5.1, then 5.1.1 came out. And when you name an aux channel, and I guess I can understand why they've done it, but no, I'm not entirely happy with this. It keeps the sort of aux 6, aux 5, the label, it keeps it at the beginning of the naming convention. And like I said, I guess I can understand, there are probably some users who aren't as, I don't want to use the word advanced, but they'll get lost with what they've done, but uh, I know. Look, yeah, I know it's all about being, one of the community and the team player, etc. But if you're gonna go and confuse yourself with your naming conventions, you don't have to make all of us suffer for it. So beforehand, you'd be able to just name that live stream or name it this or name it that, and like it appears here, it would just say the name. But now you've got A1, A2, A3 next to it, and it's like, oh, I don't want to see that first. If they put it at the back, it's better, but remove it altogether, and I'll be happy, you know? Or stick it in the corner in a circle or something really, really small so we can't see it. But that's one of the things I would like them to revert back. You had it right the first time. You know, change it back. Um, the second thing that I would want to change about Master Fader within the tablet version. I have a pretty fairly large tablet. Uh, Master Fader seems to want to pick and choose when it lets you amend the volume levels for the different tablet devices, or I suppose it might be a limitation with the tablet. I don't know. Um, but yeah, I can't move these within my tablet, and it's a Huawei MIDI pad something. Uh, but I think it's like a 10.6 inch or whatever. I'd say it's fairly big enough. But I can't manipulate that there. And I'd say leave the feature on. If someone is struggling with a particular device, it's down to that person and their own device. But yeah, definitely leave it in there. Another thing I'll change here is if you rename the mute groups, um, it doesn't change the names here. So say you set up. Do I have? Yeah, there we go. So as you can see, I've got items set up here in my mute groups. And with most other things in this section, I think with all other things in this section, it changes the name there, but here it just leaves it as 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. If the argument was we changed this to leave in A1, A2, A3 because people were getting confused over what was what at a glance, then I would say the argument is even more so applicable here than it is um, here, because this is supposed to be a channel overview where you come in here and you don't have to go anywhere else once you're in this section and you have everything there available. Whereas this really isn't for that purpose, you know. So I would say if this is what you would do here, and you're going to leave this as is, even more so, let the mute group names change as well. So that's another thing I'll change with regards to that. The last thing I think I would amend. Let me have a look. Actually, two more. I mean, most of you know I absolutely love the quick assign feature, best feature ever. The icons. Um, uh, and bear in mind, I want to give Mackie its props for being able to distinguish between the precision bass, jazz bass, the different types of electric guitars, like a Les Paul type, because some musicians might bring multiple ones for different sets, and they might want to play a P bass on one, And if you've hooked up, a P bass, a jazz bass, etc., it's good that they've actually done this and they've made that differentiation: acoustic guitar, cello, double bass, you name it. But there's some things here that yeah, I guess you could leave drum machine in there, but there's just some things here that you don't really use. But give us some variation on the toms. Um, I'd assume this is meant to be for a floor tom because that's a kick. But give us some variation on the toms. Maybe have the other two grayed out, and then you have, maybe one that's highlighted to know this is maybe tom one, tom two, or just have them all three on there, just in case a drum kit has more than three toms. But yeah, give us some variation on the actual toms. Also, what's this? I'm sorry, but I never I just never understood. I assume this is overheads, which is what I would use it for. But this I just never understood. Maybe someone at Mackie can explain. I have it here as overhead, but the reason why I did this on this particular set is because I had one mic that was covering the toms, and don't ask me why. It worked out in the end. It sounded really great. I'll put the video up for this on this channel so you can see and hear it for yourself. It actually sounded really cool. But I sort of had one mic covering the left side of the kit, so the toms, the floor tom, and there were two sort of there was a 20-inch ride and a 17 or 18-inch ride, a crash, sorry. I just had a one mic dealing with that, and then I had some other mics elsewhere, and that's why I chose this, to remind myself that you've got more than one thing there. The cheese grater, and I know it's a cowbell, but yeah, give us more options here. I'm not sure about the stove. Just looks like stove plates, but yeah, give us more options. And the clock, it makes no sense, but give us something better, like you did here. Give us something really useful. But anyway, I'm gonna move on from this section here. Right, so there's one other thing, and now I'm forgetting what it is. I should have written this stuff down. Where are you? Is it in here? Okay, we'll leave it. It must not have been that important if I've forgotten it. But yeah, these are some of the things that I would change about Master Fader. Otherwise, to be honest with you, these are just maybe personal sort of things that I'm thinking. I'd like this and I'd like that, and it'd be great to have this and da 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 da. But the reality is, as is, this for me is the best platform that currently exists for, not in terms of functionality, because when you're dealing with some of these other high end, they give you a lot, but in terms of practicality, where everything has been placed, how to use it, you've got dials in certain places, sliders, sorry, instead of knobs, which can be a little bit of a pain when you're on a laptop or a tablet where you're trying to do the dials. I've got a RCF M18, and it's got loads of dials for the because they made the inbuilt digital preamps and pedals exactly as they would be in real life. Looks very nice, very clean setup, but they're a pain when trying to make adjustments. But these sliders, absolutely fantastic. It makes things easier. And obviously on the tablets, you've got the pinch pull. Maybe not for me because I've just got massive hands. So I'll try and pinch pull one, and I'm pulling the whole damn thing. But yeah, so those would be the things I would change. Oh yes, one last thing. Do us a decent manual on routing to teach people how routing works on this, because figuring this out, and I'm pretty sure a lot of people on the forums and stuff would agree. Figuring out routing on any mixer is a pain in the backside. It's really good if we could just have like a manual. I know I looked really hard on all over Mackie's website and I couldn't find one. So yeah, give us a guide. Obviously now I know what I'm doing. It's like, oh, what's the point? But there's so many people out there who don't. So yeah, give us some sort of guidance on that. But other than that, Mackie, look, you guys made a great product here. I really do wish, the build quality of the physical device was better, because this should be up there with the best of the best. And it's such a shame that you know other other audio engineers out there are missing out on um, this. You know, uh, it is such a shame. Um, but yeah, all I have is, most of what I have is praises for Mackie and what they've done here. Um, Aside from all the frustrations and the times I've turned on and said, never again, I'm switching to a new platform, never again. And then you come back and you think, oh, but this is really nice. This is really cool. So yeah. Anyway, I'm gonna end that here and speak to you guys soon. Oh, before I go, uh, continue to hit me with what you would also think you'd want for yourselves as well, because maybe there's some stuff I haven't thought of or hasn't come to mind yet. And stick it in the comments. I know a lot of people, they contact me personally, which is great. None of these guys, oh, awesome. Why didn't you put it on the video? I was like, oh yeah, I could have put it on the video. They'll message me. They'll email me. They'll send me a sort of a text or whatever. But yeah, stick a comment underneath. Let me know what you think as well, so everybody else can see it as well. Anyway, peace out.